to Bharata First. This is FRP Explains. I'm frankrausanpereira. We finally have proof that aliens exist. We are not alone. Well, this was revealed in front of the US Congress by not one, but three highly placed US military officials. Three witnesses testified in front of the United States Congress. This happened on Wednesday, and they testified about unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAP, disclosing possible encounters with UFOs, the threats that they pose, and damning allegations against the government's secrecy on the matter. First, David Grush, a former military intelligence officer, told the House Oversight Committee that he became aware of a multi-decade effort to retrieve and reverse engineer UFOs that had crashed into the US while he was a member of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. He said he absolutely believes the government is in possession of UAPs as well as remains of their non-human operators. And this was a big revelation at the hearing.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
Also, former Navy pilot Ryan Graves and retired Navy Commander David Pereira also testified about their own UFO sightings while serving in the military. So let's now get you the big revelations at the UFO congressional hearing. David Grush, who turned whistleblower last year, revealed that Congress has been kept in the dark about unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UFOs. He claimed that executive branch agencies have withheld information on these mysterious objects for years together. He said that he personally interviewed people with direct knowledge of non-human craft. Now, the first big revelation. Rush alleged that the US had intact and partially intact alien vehicles. He also disclosed details about a UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, which he was denied access to despite his role in investigating classified programs. Now, the big revelation number two. Rush also informed the congressional hearing that the US government discovered non-human intelligent life not recently, but way back in the 1930s, almost 100 years ago. He claimed that the Department of Defense had not only recovered extraterrestrial craft from crash sites, but also possesses non-human biological material, clearly indicating that aliens do exist. Former Navy pilots Ryan Graves and David Pereira shared their experiences with the UAP during their mission. Graves described encouraging dark gray or black cubes inside a clear sphere, while Pereira recounted his famous tic-tac video of a large object off the coast of California in 2004 that demonstrated capabilities beyond current material science.
All four of us, because we were in F-18Fs, so we had pilots and Wizzo in the back seat, looked down a small, saw a white tic-tac object with a longitudinal axis pointing north-south and moving very abruptly over the water like a ping-pong ball. There were no rotors, no rotor wash, or any sign of visible control surfaces like wings. As we started clockwise towards the object, my Wizzo and I decided to go down and take a closer look with the other aircraft staying in high cover to observe both us and the tic-tac. We proceeded around the circle about 90 degrees from the start of our descent, and the object suddenly shifted its longitudinal axis, aligned it with my aircraft, and began to climb. We continued down another 270 degrees, nose low, where the Tic Tac, or we consumed 270 degrees to where, and we went nose low to where the Tic Tac would have been. Our altitude at this point was about 15,000 feet, and the Tic Tac was about 12,000. As we pulled nose onto the object, within about a half mile of it, it rapidly accelerated in front of us and disappeared. Our wingmen, roughly 8,000 feet above us, lost contact also. We immediately turned back to see where the whitewater was at, and it was gone also. So as we started to turn back towards the east, the controller came up and said, "Sir, you're not going to believe this, but that thing is at your cat point roughly 60 miles away in less than a minute." You can calculate the speed. Or for some people that can't know what a Tic Tac is, it's a giant flying propane tank. In closing, I would like to say that the Tic Tac object we engaged in 2004 was far superior to anything that we had on time, have today, or are looking to develop in the next 10 years.
What is the most vivid, concrete sighting with the naked eye of the objects that you described before, the cube-like objects?
Certainly. I think the most vivid sighting of that would have been near midair that we had at the entrance to our working area. One of these objects was completely stationary at the exact entrance to our working areas, not only geographically but also at altitude. So it was right where all the jets are going, essentially, on the eastern seaboard. The two aircraft flew within about 50 feet of the object, and that was a very close visual sighting.
Let's now get you the other big revelations, of course. Big revelation number 3. Rush accused the military of misusing funds to hide these operations from congressional oversight. His claim has been previously denied by the Pentagon. Also, moving on to the big revelation number 4, Rush also said that people have been threatened and physically hurt in the Pentagon's cover-up of the alleged UFO evidence.
Any personal knowledge of people who have been harmed or injured in efforts to cover up or conceal these extraterrestrial technology?
Yes. Personally.
Have anyone been murdered that you would that you know of or have heard of, I guess?
I have to be careful asking that question. I directed people with that knowledge to the appropriate authorities.
Finally, big revelation number 5. Asked if there may be life beyond Earth, the National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said he does not have a position on the issue one way or another, clearly indicating that there's something or there's more to it than meets the eye, and something is clearly being withheld from the general public. What do you think about UFOs? What do you think about aliens? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Please leave them in the comment section below. That's it. In this edition of FRP Explains, don't forget to like, hit the bell icon, and subscribe to our content as well. And until next time, this is Frankrausanpereira signing off.